Sometimes that might be me trying to overcompensate for feelings of unworthiness and imposter syndrome, but that's a different story. Hey, creators, welcome back to the studio. I'm Aramis, the artist. I am excited for this week's video, y'all. Let's get deep. Let's get philosophical. Let's get spiritual. As we're starting the 30-day art challenge that I call paintpril, I'm super excited because I feel like this is the perfect video to help you all out throughout your creative process. So you all probably saw a few videos back, I did share my 8 creative habits that I do that help to keep me inspired and to help keep me going. But to me, habits are more like routines that you do over and over and over again, and to the point where it becomes just subconscious, thoughtless, effortless. I mean, hence the word habitual, right? And so I feel like creativity takes a lot more intentionality. It takes a lot more consciousness. So I'm excited to share some of the creative rituals and practices that I use, and hopefully that these will help you all out in your journey, especially as we have this challenge going on. These are some of the things that help keep my well never run dry of creative ideas, okay? So let's dive right in. One of the first things that I like to do is find a zone-like state outside of traditional art. Now, of course, whenever I'm creating anything, I can easily and quickly get into my zone. But of course, if you're going through an artist block or feeling like you can't create right now, then that can be difficult. So for me, y'all, is showers. I don't know what it is about the shower. Please comment below if you all can relate to what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I get some of my best ideas whenever I'm in or near water, whether it's a hot bath or a shower state. It's completely amazing. Of course, like so many cultures consider water to be our primordial water, this like originator of life. Over 70% of our body is water. It makes sense, right? And probably us being like isolated in this closet without our phone, not being able to grab it and entertain our mind might have something to do with it as well. But I feel like showers and water just definitely get me in this zone-like state. So now that I'm used to this shower being this cocoon of consciousness ideas, now I enter it with a lot of intentionality around it where I can get some of my best downloads. So give the shower a try. I'm sure everybody's showering. I think what's unique about this is actually coming to the shower with this mindset of receiving ideas, creativity, being inspired. I think that'll help. Also exercise, y'all. Now, of course, we know exercise is phenomenal and wonderful for the body. And I don't even mean to like blow it off like that. But the thing is, like, we hear that so much, and sometimes I get so frustrated with that people don't even, like, we hear it so much to the point where now we do blow it off, but it is one of the most powerful things that can transform your mindset when it comes down to creativity. I get some of my best ideas running. Like on a treadmill, running on the path, just being in this like rhythmic flow that just has me zone out. I have this like ritual around running now, and it's amazing. And now I get it. Maybe running's not your thing. I get everybody's not a runner. Okay. But whatever rhythmic movement that can get you in this inspirational flow, I think will be phenomenal. I would highly recommend yoga as well. Like just like the breath work of yoga, and also the breath work of just exercising in general, like exerting yourself. I feel like universe be like, okay, I'm gonna reward you. Here go 1,001 ideas, which can of course be overwhelming as creatives because we frequently have 1,000 ideas. I don't know if it's just me. Part of my morning ritual is exercising, going to the gym. If you all follow me on the gram, then you know I'm always sharing in my stories how I'm running on a treadmill or running on the path. And I mean, of course, I don't share my showers in the story, but of course, right after the gym, I'm going in a shower. I should probably mention dancing too, because y'all know that I love dancing. And so I always have music playing, of course, when I'm running on the treadmill, while I'm at the gym, but also while I'm in the shower and when I get out the shower. So part of my ritual is dancing in the shower, dancing when I get out the shower, just like moving. You know, there's so much energy that our body holds. And like when we just like move and release it, it's magical. It's magical. And so I get so much inspiration around music and dancing and movement and exercise in general. So had to make sure that I came through dropped in dancing. So these are like the two pillars around my morning routines that actually have been incorporated naturally into my creative rituals that help keep me inspired and that just always keep me connected to source where I can just download creative ideas. The other creative ritual that you probably wouldn't expect is plant care. Your girl is a plant mom through and through, okay? I cried real tears when my monstera plant fell and lost a leaf. Y'all, like Andy, my husband, he's amazing. Like he was here when it happened. He just like gave me a hug because he knew how much that upset my soul. She's doing really well though. Y'all can see her back there. But in the midst of me being a tree hugger, you know, natural nature loving girl out here, while I'm caring for my plants, I'm looking, I'm observing, I'm trying to see how they doing. Do they have some fungus going on? Do we got some yellow leaves? What's going on? But the main thing, I feel like plant care definitely keeps me connected to my feminine energy of surrendering and releasing. I feel like what type of plant mom you are reveals a lot about yourself. So for me, I have the tendency to over care for my plants, to like do the most, you know. I can like water too much, you know. Some people like, oh, I just forget about my plants. They just go dry. Yeah, no, my plants be drowning, okay? I be doing the most, which I tend to do in life. Sometimes that might be me trying to overcompensate for feelings of unworthiness and imposter syndrome, but that's a different story. But my plants remind me to surrender, to release, because I notice the less that I do for my plants, the more they actually thrive. And it reminds me to release and know that the universe got it. Plants gonna grow, flowers gonna bloom with or without you, okay? You don't have to do the most. Now, of course, you gotta check on them. So many beautiful things happen when we surrender and let them happen versus trying to force it and make it work and make it grow, adding the fertilizer, pouring some more water, moving it from this location to the next location. When I leave my plants be, they just bloom and blossom and I'm like, wow. Okay, that is my reminder as well in my creative process to let go, let the paints flow wherever they're going to flow, and you don't have to do so much. And also in my plant care process, propagation is, I'm just so amazed by Mother Earth. I truly am. Whenever I propagate my plants, I'm just reminded how abundant this universe is. So you all know that I love pothos. I got snake plant. I have so many plants around here. But now I have so many more pothos because I propagated them last spring and they just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. So it reminds me that the universe is abundant. Your creative vessel is abundant. You don't have artist block. You just have to slow down and tap in and realize that everything you need is all around you. And when you got all this abundance, people be trying to steal it from you. They be trying to steal it. If y'all follow me on the TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, then you know I had to whoop a bird's ass, okay? They was trying to come up and get my kale and I wasn't having it. But my kale has been abundant. I had recently clipped some so I could make a kale salad and now they're already growing back, okay? So it's just, the universe is abundant. Your creativity is abundant. So you have everything you need within you. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Isn't that sweet? Moving on to my next creative ritual. Now, this one is actually a little bit newer to my list because let me let y'all know what it is. First of all, journaling. Now, a lot of people journal, but there's actually a lot of people who don't. And I was like one of those people who didn't. The thing is, I've been journaling my entire life. I have so many different journals from so many different points in my life. And I kind of go through these phases where I'm journaling a whole lot and then I just stop. And then I'm journaling a whole lot and then like years go by and I stop. So recently I've been going back to journaling just with everything that's going on in the world, y'all. I've been needing to process, and writing things down have really been helping me process. So that's actually become a part of my morning routine is while I'm brewing my coffee, I'll take a seat and I'm like writing out some of my thoughts. I actually recently recommended the book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It is amazing. And it's been so great having you all tag me on Instagram that you are now reading that book or listening to it, because y'all know I love audiobooks. It's a really good book. She talks about morning pages and like literally just having this moment in the morning. You got your journal out, brain dump, word vomit, however you want to say it, where you are just clearing your mind and clogging your mind, which can limit your creativity. If you have so many things you're thinking about, I got to go grocery shopping, I have to pick up the kids, I have to do all of this. She's like, take the time in the morning, clear your mind out. If that's writing a list, write a list. If that's just like random garbled words, that's random garbled words. This construction. Writing in the morning has really helped me get into this creative ritual where I'm writing things down. And during that time, it's the same notebook that I use for some of my goals. So while I'm in that notebook, I can actually thumb through and see, like, am I on track towards these goals? How am I feeling? Do I need to pivot? Do I need to redirect? Are these still the goals that are in alignment with what I'm trying to do moving forward? So journaling has really been transformational for me. I would encourage you to take some time to journal and write down some things to really get into that creative flow. The other creative ritual is surrounding myself with beautiful things. My home is surrounded by art. I have so many paintings up. Some are for me, but some are also from my other artists and creative friends. So I just love having beautiful things around me. I'm big into flowers and plants, so I'm always keeping fresh flowers at my dining room table. And while I'm sitting and journaling, I just look up at these flowers. Actually, currently I have some fresh sunflowers on the table. And so I just stare at them and I'm looking like, sunflowers are amazing. Like, first of all, their petals look like sun rays and they're edible, like they got sunflower seeds. Then they have this beautiful, thick, strong stalk. They grow so tall. Like, I was just sitting at my table looking at these flowers and just being like, wow, the universe is amazing. Like, this planet is incredible, you know? So having beautiful things around me, having nature around me truly always keeps me inspired. And that is a ritual that I practice every time that I go to the grocery store. In the produce section, there's usually some fresh cut flowers around. So maybe that could be a part of your ritual next time you go to the grocery store. And of course, nature walks. Every time I'm outside in nature, I just get so many wonderful ideas, so many downloads, just so many things where I just feel inspired. My next creative ritual might not apply to everybody, but I think it would still be helpful to share because it might spark some creativity for other folks. Just about every painting starts the same. I lay the canvas out on the floor and I pour paint and just let gravity take over. This helps to eliminate the fear of the daunting white page or the tripping hazard of the first step. In the beginning of our creative pursuits, we can overthink and try to figure out, well, how do I start? Should it be on this side? Should it be here? Should it be there? But for me, just splashing paint around and having fun, I release the pressure and let gravity apply the first colors. I saw this really interesting TikTok. So it was a singer, songwriter, producer. She pretty much took this random sound that was happening organically in her surroundings. She took this sound, added this like 808 beat, put her vocals on it, and created this beautiful song. The sound that she used was like pretty much this cat kicking this bowl, having this repetitive motion of the ting, ting, ting sound of this cat hitting the bowl. I was just like, this is the dopest thing ever. Now, if she would have tried to do that on her own, it would have been really difficult. It would have been forced. Sometimes it's so magical whenever we just let natural things around us influence us or have the first snippet of our creative process. Actually, Matt Diavelli recently did this too. I love his channel on YouTube, but he took an audio of his dad sneezing. So I guess his dad has like a super loud, like obnoxious sneeze. Okay. He took this sound, looped it, made a dope beat. And it's like just pulling these things from our surroundings and not feeling like we have to make every single thing or we have to draw every single line can really release us to just have this new creative, fresh experience that we couldn't have even fathomed trying to originate ourselves. So that is a lot of what I do in my painting process. When I'm laying the canvas down on the ground and just pouring paint around and like letting the colors bleed together, letting them separate, letting them pour, let them drip, I couldn't like intentionally, manually pour those paints in this specific way. You know what I mean? So it's really just letting gravity, Mother Earth, nature, universe, whatever you want to call it, have those first hands in the creative process. And then from there, I start to see an image or I start to see a shape or start to see a composition where now I can come in and really create something brand new and unique that is connected to my style. But I first took the pressure off and just had fun, because I know that white page can be daunting. Where do I start? How do I begin? What do we do? Lord have mercy. Now I know everybody don't have space at home to just be pouring and throwing paint everywhere, okay? So what could be nice for you at home is if you try watercolors. I think watercolors are so fun, how the colors start to bleed together. So maybe grab some watercolor paper, pour out some water, start adding some pigment, and really have fun and see where just physics and nature and gravity let the paint flow. And once that's all dry, now you can come in and add to it. There are 1,000 things that I could share, okay, y'all, but we are gonna put a button on it, keep it nice and sweet. But I'm excited about maybe making this a series where I share more tips and tools to help get you all inspired on your creative journey. So let me know down in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. Y'all, paintpril is in full effect over on the gram. We got it popping on the gram, okay? I'm excited for it. I created some daily prompts for you all to get you inspired on your creative journey, okay? I also made 5 coloring sheets for the newsletter subscribers, and I created 10 for the Patreon community for the folks who support me over there. I'm gonna leave all those links below if you wanna know about all the dope communities and how you can join. We got the Patron Pandas, the Tube Team, the Gram Fam, my TikTok TT. We got everybody, okay? Y'all follow me everywhere. I'm gonna drop all the links below. And if you're new around here, welcome. I create weekly vlogs of my studio practice, and once a month I come through with an educational or informational video to help the creators out there on their journey. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, maybe consider subscribing and being a part of the Tube Team. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. And remember, if you liked it, like it, and I'll see you all next week. Did we do all the things? I think we did all the things. Oh, was a bitch not in focus?